of the DC police force. This is the moment that a police officer was filmed being pulled to the ground and beaten at the US Capitol on January 6th. A tall, shaggy-haired man wearing a camouflage-style coat can be seen carrying a flagpole bearing the US flag and smashing it repeatedly down into the space where the police officer had just been dragged. I was reporting outside the US Capitol on January 6th, and I've discovered that I spoke to this man in the minutes after he allegedly beat the policeman on the ground. He had shocking things to say.
Everybody in there is a treasonous traitor. Death is the remedy. It is the only remedy they get.
The man is now being sought by detectives and federal charges are pending against him. I've also identified the police officer who was attacked. The violent scenes that unfolded at the Capitol on January 6th shocked America, and they have prompted one of the largest investigations ever undertaken by the FBI. Investigators are trawling through hours of footage to identify and arrest the perpetrators. The footage of the police officer being attacked has become one of the most widely shared pieces of footage from the violence, with more than 2.5 million views online. Cross-referencing the footage with what I filmed on the day when I was speaking to various rioters, I've discovered that I spoke to this man around 25 minutes after he had allegedly assaulted the police officer. It is understood that the footage was taken at 4:27 p.m. I spoke with him at 4:53 p.m. My video provides an insight into the suspected attacker's mindset at the time. Here were his shocking words in which he called law enforcement traitors and said they should be killed.
That entire building is filled with treasonous traitors.
Yes, sir!
Death is the only remedy for what's in that building.
Well,
you need to stand up and you need to scrap. Everybody in there is a treasonous traitor. Every single one of those Capitol law enforcement officers, death is the remedy. It is the only remedy they get.
Cybersecurity experts working to identify the suspect say the footage could prove to be the critical piece of evidence that leads to identifying him. Through my reporting, I've also been able to identify the police officer who was assaulted. He's Michael Fanone, a more than 18-year veteran of the DC police force. He was admitted to hospital following the incident, but has since been released. Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department said federal charges were pending against the individual relating to the insurrection at the Capitol and an assault on a police officer. Officials have offered a $1,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest and indictment of the individual responsible for the attack.